What are some of the other things that you see happening in the space right now that are really exciting to you, whether technological, from a policy perspective? Uh, what are you excited about at this point in this bear market?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that there's a few different narratives that are starting to form that are interesting, right? And so one is about like how does Bitcoin maximalism actually defined? And I think that Pete Rizzo is doing a good job really trying to document and kind of codify what Bitcoin maximalism does and doesn't mean and how broad of a topic it is. And so we've seen the classic. I mean, at this point, it's just classic. Like, the bear market comes, we all start fighting with each other, and we all start blaming each other for why Bitcoin's price is down. And so you kind of got this coming to a head with Carter and him turning in his maximalism card, right? Whatever. We don't have to go rehash the whole thing. But I think that the question that resulted from it is like, what are the actual fundamental points that everyone is disagreeing on or that the Bitcoin community still isn't sure about? And I think one of those that is continuing to get kind of discussed is, what does Bitcoin look like in terms of a tech stack in hyper Bitcoinization? Is there one consensus rail that it trades on, which is the Bitcoin chain? Uh, are there multiple rails, which is the multi-chain? This is kind of what Carter was talking about. It's also what Eric Wall and Udi and some of the other guys talk about. Uh, like, does Bitcoin trade on all of these different rails, or does it just trade on the Bitcoin rails? And what are the trade-offs of that? Is that good for Bitcoin in long term? Do we need a network effect that's splintered like that, or do we need to kind of coalesce around a specific chain? And so, that's something that I don't think we've really clearly seen like the answer to yet, right? Like, everyone's kind of using their first principles and arriving at conclusions, but it's not like that's been, you know, there's no falsifiable set where you can say, all right, this failed, therefore we can move on from this conversation. Like, it's still outstanding. And I think more people need to prod themselves about, like, what does Bitcoin look like in the future? Is it something that I just hold on to and, leave me alone? I'm holding my Bitcoins. Is it a multi-chain asset that takes many forms and is pristine collateral, all types of the different forms, right? Do we need centralized entities to be kind of the platforms through which you buy and sell Bitcoin or buy and sell things with Bitcoin, where you collateralize and lend your Bitcoin? Like, how does that look? I think is something that we just need to keep kind of prodding ourselves on and thinking about. And I don't have an answer for it, right? I think that it's just the right question to be asking.